What is up, you guys? I am back again. It's been since September since we did our last video. This time we are back in the Northwest. We're at a very historic place that a lot of people remember back in the late 60s and 70s. This was a little theme park called Pixieland Amusement Park. Today I'm going to just walk around the ruins here. It's all, of course, grown over wildlife, but I'm going to hopefully find some relics and post some fun video and historic photos for you. So we're going to do that. So let's go check it out. So yeah, in 1969, Pixieland Amusement Park opened. They actually had a restaurant near the coast. And the developers decided to build a small amusement park just about 5 miles outside of Lincoln City. But right now we are walking on the old grounds. You can't really see much now because it's overgrown, but this was all flourished with a Ferris wheel, a log ride. There's a whole train that went around the whole parenthesis here, the whole property. Sometimes, if you look close, you might be able to find some old relics, maybe some railroad ties, or who knows? We could just find anything. So we're gonna keep walking here. But back where we came from is actually a campground, and if you are online, you can actually zoom down on Google Earth or maps, whatever, and you can actually see the old parking areas for the RVs that was still there. Of course, we're not in the sky, so we can't see it. We're down below, but maybe I'll throw up a pic and you can see for yourself. So we are on the north side of where the park was, and just along this ridge over here behind us, there's actually a little river or a creek. This exact path that we're on is where the railroad ties would be. And it was, something similar that you'd see at, Walt Disney's backyard when he was a kid. It wasn't like a full-size railroad. It was just big enough to ride. If you've been to Oaks Park, that train that goes around the park there, very similar to that. But again, this railroad went around the whole park, and this is actually the trail where the rails would have been. Super neat. So just for reference, here is the creek I was talking about. So the park would be on the south side, all overgrown, of course. But the train, ran right alongside this. It's pretty neat. I think through the years, when they wanted to return it to its natural habitat, I guess you could say, they rerouted the creek a little bit. So this might not be exact of what it looks like, but yeah, you can see the creek, and the train would have ran right along here, kind of back into the south side of the park near the entrance. So you guys, the main highway going into Lincoln City is over here. You can hear the traffic. This entrance right here was the entrance to the campground parking. This was all campground. Of course, they've been doing some logging, But if we go on Google Earth and we look down, there's parts where you can still see the pavement. In fact, we might even see some just hiking around. First sign of remnants right here, you guys. Look at this. This is history right here. This is original pavement. All of this right here that's all cleared out right now was once a theme park. This was the main area where the rides were. Again, they had a Ferris wheel, they had a log chute, they had a train that went around, they had just these random little theme park additions that didn't really have a theme to it, besides the fact that it was called Pixieland, named after the restaurant. But all right here, you'd see carnival rides. The log ride would be right over here, coming this way, coming down, and I'll throw up a video so you guys can see and compare it. Over here, there's like it looked like a western town, and that's where some of the restaurants were and some of the shops. And then there's almost like a decorated bread bridge, but it wasn't bread, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was a bag of bread that you could walk through. And then, of course, right where we're standing right here, there was a couple other attractions, a couple other ride attractions. And again, I'm going to throw a lot of these old videos that people took back in the 70s. I'm going to throw a lot of this up. So, but yeah, this was built in 1968. Opened 1969, only lasted till 1975. So 6 years of a creation that sadly didn't make it. And I'm sure the climate around the Northwest here, especially the Oregon coast here near Lincoln City, it's very shaky. It could be summertime and be pouring down rain, and then it could be sunny another minute, and then it could be pouring down rain. So having a theme park around this whole area with rides, attractions, you know, you could just see how, you know, it maybe wouldn't make it. It couldn't survive financially. That's the reason why it kind of fell apart. You know, sometimes I think we forget how neat some of these historic places that are, you know, completely wiped off the map is almost erased from existence. We all know what that's from. But yeah, it's kind of nice to get out and look at what nature has reclaimed in a lot of places. And of course, there's a lot of places where remnants are still at. So far, of course, we can't find any here, just because, I mean, it closed in, well, 1975. That's a long time ago. So, you know, this is a reminder just to get out and go explore, go see some old local history. You know, my generation of parents and grandparents, they got to enjoy this whole area as a small Disneyland. In fact, one of the designers that the owners hired to help design the park was from Disney. Thought that was pretty neat, and maybe that's where a lot of the theming came from as well. So this park was designed by Jerry and Lou Parks. If you see this video, if you guys are the owners, feel free to leave a comment. That would be fun to read what take you have of this place and the history and the memories you have. They were also the original owners of the restaurant near the beach. And if I'm correct, they also had a restaurant near this area here on the front side near the parking lot. I'll post a picture there. I think it was elevated, if I remember right. This is definitely more flat. This is definitely the foundation of where some of the buildings were, I think. If not the restaurant that was kind of elevated. You'd be looking at these trees and you'd be like, wait a second, how could those trees be there if there's a theme park there? Well, these very well could have been, because look how strategically they're placed out. One there, one there. Maybe it was kind of like a fence or a border for the park to have these trees just strategically placed apart like this. Or, could be wrong, they could have grown after the park was torn down, because that was 1975. You guys, that was 50 years ago. There's a very good chance that these trees grew after the park closed. Look at this, I'm peeling up right here. Anybody have any idea what this could have been? Sure looks old, and it was buried. You know, I was gonna say, if any of you guys have memories, because this park was before my generation, as you know. If you have any memories of coming to Pixieland Amusement Park here right out of Lincoln City in the town of Otis, post your comments and pictures down below. I would love to see what people have and what stories people have being here. So yeah, do me a favor and do that. And also, if you like this kind of video, these kind of videos where you just get out and you travel, local history, whatever you want to call it, click that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. That'll help me want to keep making videos like this because I know you're enjoying them. So yeah, way out here in the woods, you guys, and here's some proof for some of the walking paths would have been. There's a slab of pavement also right there, just coming way out here in the park. Just keep following this, we might find more stuff. Here's another. That's gonna do it for this adventure. I know it wasn't a super long video, but with this location now, there's really not much to see. It's just remnants of once a past fun amusement park that's just been erased. So catch me on the next video. Can't wait to get going this summer. The climate's starting to get a little better around here in the Northwest. So I will see you on the next video.